What's up YouTube, WePostE here, and today it's Victor bringing you guys another standard Pokemon battle. Now this will be in the underused tier, and I actually have 4 matches saved up with this team, but one of them was against kind of a newbie, and the other 2 are from my opponent's perspective, so I guess we're left up with this one, and this guy kind of knew what I felt like this guy knew what he was doing, so that problem solved itself. Now, for our original battle, I was actually kind of overwhelmed with the response that we got. Like, a lot of you contributed teams and such, and Pokemon to use. A lot of cool ideas, so you can expect me to be using some of those Pokemon in the next original battle. However, for this one, it'll be you team, and if you guys watched our live narration, the team I'm using kind of looks similar, but I took some of George's advice and I changed it up so that we're a bit more bulky on especially defensive side with Snorlax there, and we have I think Quagsire wasn't there before. Quagsire used to be Suicune, but Quagsire's better because Unaware is better than Suicune, trying to set up with the Calm Mind. And I think the last Pokemon I added was Umbreon, and Umbreon took over Gligar because we need some more special bulk. So and also I took George's idea of just setting up with the toxic spikes, and that should be enough because my team is kind of stallish. So let's get on with the battle, shall we? Also, I'm going to be more enthusiastic now. Yay! So I'm going to lead off with Flygon, and I'm going to go for a U-turn, because that's the whole point of Flygon being there. I'm going to go and get into Quillfish and try to set up my Toxic Spikes, because barring him having the Psychic, he can't do anything to me. Now, here's Raikou. I think he's Scarfed, which is why I went into Umbreon to take a Volt Switch, potentially. But he's not Scarfed. He has leftovers with the Substitute, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's going to, like, I don't know, go for an Aura Sphere, because those things have Aura Sphere, maybe summon 3 attacks. But no, he starts setting up the Calm Minds. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go into Quagsire. Nope. Quillfish comes in. I'm like, okay, that's a misclick. That's not very good. I was going to bring in Quagsire to take the Thunderbolt, which was obvious, but, you know, misclicks happen. They're both start with a Q. I gotta give these guys nicknames. Quagsire, you're now Paul. Okay, Paul is going to start setting up stockpiles, and actually on one of my other teams, Quagsire is called Paul, so I'm going to change that nickname. So I'm going to start setting up stockpiles. I used to have Amnesia instead of Stockpile, but I figured that Stockpile is ultimately better because Quagsire's not that great in physically defensive department either. He goes for the Foresight here, definitely predicting my Mismagius to come in because he wants to spin away his Toxic Spikes. Honestly, I could care less at this point because I don't have my Quillfish to set up the other layer, and I'd much rather have his whole team badly poisoned than regularly poisoned. So I'm going to go for a Scald here because I want to see what he's going to do to me, and I kind of just want to whittle him down because he can't do anything to me barring a burn with the Scald, which is precisely what he's trying to do to me at the moment. And I don't really care because Umbreon has the Heal Bell, and I'm just whittling him down a lot at this point. He finally gets the burn which he wanted through this whole time, and he's down to 13% health, which means he's basically dead next turn, so I'm just going to go for Recover, get as much HP as I can back. I think he predicted my switch or something. He goes for a Dragon Tail. I guess he doesn't want to see me stay in anymore, he's going to bring in my Umbreon, which is perfect because now I can kill for Heal Bell. I was actually kind of hoping that he would get the burn there with the Skull. I'm just like, ha, you got the burn, but I can heal it right back up, so he's going to go for Victini now. I'm going to bring in Quagsire, so Quagsire is a monster. Quagsire's no longer burned, and he's going to predict that and going for a U-turn, and Quagsire is going to take that U-turn like a beast. And I'm going to set up a stockpile here because I don't know what he wants to do. I figure he might set up some screens or something, but he actually goes for the Toxic, and this Bronzong actually turns into kind of a annoying Pokemon for me because prevents my Quagsire from saying because he have to switch out into Umbreon and try to heal with this heal. But anyways, he's going to go for Togekiss, as I'm going to set up some curses because I figured barring him having the Aura Sphere, I can pretty much take anything he throws at me. Even with the +4, I'm not sure with the +4, but I'm going to get a pair of hacks with, 30% chance I'm going to get another crit. And right now, he's just like, Sensor, no, a pair and a crit. But honestly, guy, if you're going to use a Togekiss, you can't really argue about hacks with me. Seriously, no complaining. You're using a Togekiss, for goodness sakes. He's going to go for whatchamacallit, Snorlax here, and I'm going to get a Parahax. He's going to go for a Whirlwind, which I actually wasn't expecting, so you don't see that too much. The Parahax doesn't matter because Snorlax is slow as dirt anyways. I'm going to go for an EQ. And now this guy's complaining in chat, 3 body slams, 2 pairs, and a crit. Honestly, guy, you're using a Togekiss. The pairs didn't matter. And the hacks were on the Togekiss, which should have died anyways. Also, I think the Togekiss hacks probably made up for the Quillfish mishap with the misclick. So, all in all, it's still pretty even. Anyways, I'm going to go for the Outrage here because I figure I want to see how much Bronzong can take it. And I get another crit, but this doesn't really matter too much. As he's going to go for Toxic because the crit didn't really do too much anyways. I'm going to switch out into Umbreon because Umbreon's pretty much a good counter to him. And I also want to get up some Heal Belling and some Wish Passing and all that jazz. And Umbreon is just... But the truth is, Umbreon's just going to stay in here for support because Umbreon wants to support my other Pokemon because he's so helpful like that. And I can just stay in here all day, but I'm going to go over Quagsire again because I saw how much the Hidden Power did the first time around, and I know that Hidden Power won't do much this time. I'm going to start setting up the stockpiles and the recovering once again because I completely forget that the Bronzong is still waiting in the wings, and he's going to start... He is Toxic me, which honestly I should have predicted, which went to the Scald here, but I completely forgot that Bronzong was there once again, as I mentioned before. And right now I'm going to go for Recovers. He's going for Toxic, so I kind of want to get as much HP as I can before switching out, because the Victini is still waiting in the wings with the V-Create, and I want Quagsire as healthy as possible to take the potential, which I'm going to call it V-Create. So that's the whole point here. I'm going to go on Miss Mages now because I figure he can't really do anything to me, and he's going to go for a rest. And I see this opportunity as the perfect time to set up. He doesn't have to Sleep Talk, which is kind of strange, because, you know, that just leaves Snorlax as setup bait. But I'm going to get it +4 with the Nasty Plot. And I'm going to go for Hidden Power fighting just before he goes for the Whirlwind to Whirlwind me out. But he actually goes for Pursuit, predicting me to switch. Which, honestly, if I went for 2 Nasty Plots there, I wouldn't have wanted to switch. So I don't know why he went for the Pursuit, but the Pursuit explains why he doesn't have the Sleep Talk. I'm going to go for Hidden Power. The critical hit there doesn't matter because, you know, the first time it did 55%, the crit did 50. Anyways, V-Create, I don't really want Quagsire to take it because my Quagsire is Toxic, which is why I just decided to let Miss Magus go, because honestly, there's really no point in keeping him. I didn't really need Miss Magus, wasn't too big of a part of my team, so I decided to sack it because Quagsire is Toxic, and I don't want him taking unnecessary damage because Umbreon at the moment can't take a V-Create from this Victini. So Quagsire is going to take some Earthquakes, going to take some Scalds. I'm trying to get Quagsire back to the substantial amount of HP where I can bring in Umbreon and have Quagsire able to take a hit. He predicts my switch and going for Toxic that turn. Not really sure why I would have went for the Toxic switch because I only had 20% health left, so that's kind of strange. Anyways, I'm going to go over a Curse with Snorlax because I figure now that his Snorlax is out of the way without the Whirlwind, I can start setting up my curses, and hopefully I can take a V-Create from this Victini, which I do. If he got a crit there, it might not have been GG, but definitely would have been a lot more harder to win this game because Bronzong would have been a huge pain up my butt unless I got a burn on it. Then it would have been a bit easier, but Snorlax ends up pulling through in the end with the Curse and all that jazz. You know, Curse-Lax actually works pretty well in the UU if you can play your cards right. Mienshao probably would mess Snorlax up pretty badly. Luckily he didn't have it on his team, but that's also why you have 5 other Pokemon. As I heard the Flaming Spade talk about when he used his Stockbelly Snorlax. Anyways, it's basically GG now because he can't do anything to me barring a crit. I'm just going to take this Raikou out clean out with the Body Slam. So it's going to be a 4-0. Not a close match, I'll give you guys that, but overall I think it was quite enjoyable. The hacks in the end didn't really matter. You could argue that my defense with getting those hacks on the Togekiss just because he's a Togekiss are invalid, but you know, they're valid. You can't say anything about that. Also, don't worry, if any of you are waiting for a 500 sub special, the 500 sub special is gonna come, don't worry. But if none of you are caring, then what I just said is rendered moot. Did I use moot right? Anyways, I don't even think it's gonna be a 500 sub special anymore because we have 600 subs. So it's just going to be a 600 sub special. Yay! So, if you guys enjoyed this battle, leave a like, help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys next time.